genuinely have no idea why the fuck that happened. It's fucking stupid. Like, actually. Perfect, I guess. It's hot as fuck. It's hot as hell in my room because of this PC. One to 8 terabyte. Why is that on clearance? That doesn't sound good. We're really relying on Gemini. Fuck it. Does it have a heatsink in it? I hope so. For how much this shit cost, I hope it comes with a fucking heatsink. My boy. Storage temperature. Okay, now I gotta get a PC. I think if I do sell this NZXT PC, I mean, I could just build it out. But the thing is, it says there's liquid in the cooling system. Like, that's the thing. It says it's a cooling system with liquid. Bruh, my camera just went out again. I need to fucking buy a new webcam for sure, 'cause this shit is pissing me off. Like, look, and it's out again. It doesn't even up for one frame. Hold on. Hello. Dog, what is this? Okay, and now it's fucking stupid. I like that. I like that a lot. Wait, no, I don't. Oh, there's USB-C. I was gonna say, I was like, bro. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't customize that, John. Mm, kind of a sucker for that, but maybe I shouldn't. Where even is that? Is that right there? Fuck it, why not? Uh, Intel Core Ultra. Ultra 9. I don't have an Ultra in this. I just realized that. $10K. Oh my goodness. Origin, sponsor me, please. I will get my NZXT. I'll do all the brand deals and endorsements you want. Nah, deadass NZXT did me foul with that fucking SSDs. Bro, the SSDs can't let me update my Windows, and they didn't give me any other choice of SSDs. Just specifically the SSDs. That and there goes my camera. See, you hit it once barely, and it's just gone. Bye bye. Deactivate. Wait a minute. One, two, three. Activate. And we're back. And we're glitching. See that? Hold on. Properties. Why are we glitching so hard? Bro, I'm about to buy like not buy, but I'm downloading apps to use my phone as a webcam. See, look, it deactivates again. Holy shit. Hold on. I'm gonna try a hack and see if that helps, but beyond this, I have no idea if this could even help. Watch this. What if I do that? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how successful this attempt is. This might solve the issue? Maybe? Hell yeah. How do I crop my shit? Transform. How to transform. Nah, bro, this is not what I want. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I guess. Nah, we're doing it. See, we're watching it, bro. We're gonna learn together. Cause fuck this shit. I don't want you guys seeing my nipple, my titties, but you guys get to see them in 5 minutes for free.
Well,
Should start
hello
an
there. In
OnlyFans.
this episode, I'm going to show you how you can crop a webcam in OBS,
Okay,
a
stop
crop
yapping.
slash pad filter. And that's a little bit unintuitive filters that you can add here. And that's a little bit at least, and then put the right click onto your.
Nah, bro, this is not what I want.
Hi, Dennis Ray here. Easier again, button in the top. And then the same, move it, hold it, and then hit my left button on the mouse, and then just move it in. And when you see that green line, that means it's cropping.
Bruh,
Okay, I think that's about a good
there's no way
spot
it
right
was this
there.
hard.
And then the same thing on this side. Hit the Alt key, hit the left button, and move that in. And the top. Alt key, hit my left button, and hold it in.
Damn, I'm really kind of dumb for not knowing that, but it's fine. You live, you learn, right?
And
Let's watch some YouTube. Let's react. React. Dude, I liked her. I liked her a lot. Now I gotta ask someone else out. Fuck it. Why not? Oh, yes.
Alright, so here we go. A tier list of 35mm cameras. Core models are cheaper, while the German models are a bit collector bait. To me, I think these are a solid A tier for people who like a little bit of pain with their pleasure, and it's a learning curve and takes a little bit of getting used to, but I think once you're into it, with candid moments of friends and family. Now, these are only $12 to $20 per camera, but that does not include development, and not to mention that once you use these are just thrown into a landfill and become plastic junk, and they usually only come with 27 exposures. Now, in my opinion, why would you not just get the Kodak H35 or something similar for a little bit more money, but quite a big boost in lens quality, control, and overall reusability? Honestly, I think these belong in C tier. I can see some justification for B tier for the fun, simplicity, and nostalgia. It is the most accessible film camera on Earth after all, but like I said before, with just a little bit more thought process and money, you can get a lot more of a camera.
Vehicle triggering a sudden fire that spread across the chassis. Now, moving at such speed, the truck was already beyond control, but somehow the driver managed to deploy his parachute mid-run to slow the vehicle down. Sadly, it wasn't enough. The truck veered violently off the runway.
Which film should you spend your hard-earned money on and go take photos with today? Well, I've wasted a lot of my hard A tier. Look, I'm sure there's lots of film stocks I left out. Maybe I forgot. Maybe I haven't shot.
I just heard about the H3 versus iDubbbz defamation lawsuit and spent the last 3 or so hours learning about it and getting into the nitty gritty, figuring out all the bits and pieces and getting all the morsels of information I could find to really put the nipple clamps on it and figure out what all the hoopla is. And it is a real thing. The pugilistic legal paperwork has been filed against iDubbbz, so now they're gonna duke it out, not with knuckle sandwiches, but with extremely expensive litigation. Off rip, before I even get into the spaghetti and meatballs of the actual story here, there is just something that pets my peeves. There is something that grinds my gears, greases my cheeks so much I can't resist yapping about it briefly. When I was in the trenches digging around for information about what all of this is about, I kept seeing people say that I refuse to cover these kind of things for a variety of different reasons. I'm ignoring it, this and that. I don't know how many more times I need to say this. I am just really not online that much these days. The only streams I watch are like the Summer Games Fest and like events like that, but I don't watch streams. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, and I don't go on Twitter, like, at all. I still have Twitter because I send and reply to DMs through there sometimes for like events, like Tyler won's League of Legends tournament. I heard from him on Twitter DMs, so I have it for reasons like that. But I don't, like, doom scroll Twitter and see a bunch of things anymore. Look at the last tweet I made. So, like, I don't see a lot of these things that are going on anymore. But for some reason, everyone jumps to, oh, he must be ignoring it. He's got to be ignoring it. We can really tell a lot about this guy from the things he refuses to cover. I just don't see them. The things I do hear about come from my friends sending them to me, or when I stream chat telling me about them, putting them on my radar. But if neither of those two avenues show it to me or tell me about it, I just never hear about it. And I'm not even a fucking streamer anymore, not full time. I'm like a semi-retired streamer. I stream sometimes. And sometimes I'll stream like 3-4 days in a row. But basically what I do now is I just play like old school games, like a lot of retro games or a lot of Steam cum dumpster games, like actual trash. So like I'm not even really a streamer, so I don't even see a lot of that either. So like it's not me avoiding certain things for a nefarious reason, I just literally don't ever hear about it, so I never learn about it. Now, there is some stories that I do hear about and get really invested in, like Bricks and Minifigs versus Reckless Bin. I've been very glued to that one, had my finger on the pulse of. But that was something I was put on my radar by friends and Stream Chat. So, genuinely, I am just not online that much, so I don't see a lot of it. So, with that out of the way, I did spend like the last 3 hours learning about this defamation lawsuit between H3 and iDubbbz, because that did sound pretty concerning. Because there's always been like an unwritten rule on the internet, not just YouTube, where if there's beef online, it stays online. And you handle it online without, going over that threshold, the event horizon of trying to use litigation to silence your opponent or something like that. That had always been etched in the stone tablets, the fucking 10 commandments of online discourse. And now all of a sudden, I'm hearing about H3 suing iDubbbz for defamation. So obviously I wanted to hear more about that. And after diving in, hitting that cannonball into the pool, I learned he has a lot of active lawsuits. I think it's 5, maybe 6 against other streamers and YouTubers. So it's a bit of a rampage he's been on. I knew about one before all this, which was against the Snark community. That I did hear about, and that one made a lot of sense to me, actually. The Snark community, from what I recall, was doing some diabolical, like, harassing, stalking stuff, sending CPS, I remember that, and, like, human skulls. Those things I recalled from, like, the Snark community, so it made sense that he would pursue litigation there. Because that is highly illegal fucking psychopath behavior. So that one I remember, and that one made sense to me. But when I was learning about these other ones, granted I haven't dove too deep into all those because this is clearly a lot. I was mainly focused on the defamation one, but man, Ethan Klein has become like the Nintendo of YouTubers. He is extraordinarily litigious. Anyway, enough blabbering. What started this defamation lawsuit was...
This is our first ever police chase on horseback. It all starts as officers witness a hand-to-hand drug deal between this man and a female. Officers approach the male...
2, she and her husband were planning on going 8 years ago. Then she was diagnosed with cancer, and medical bills pretty much depleted the
I don't buy toilet paper. I use newspaper.
Suspect first.
Now, move forward. Hey! Hey, come on. Hey! Come on. Get in, Nash. Get that Batman. Get that Batman, Nash. Get him. Get him now. Hey, get on the ground. You're going to get run over. Come on, Nash. Come on, Nash. Get him, boy. You better stop. You're going to get hit. Come on, Nash. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nash. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Get that Batman, Nash. Get that Batman, Nash. Come on, Nash. Come on, Nash. Go. Come on, Nash. Get that Batman. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get on the f***ing ground. You're going to get run over by the horse. Put your hands in your pocket. Get your hands out of your pocket. Get on the f***ing ground. Come on, Nash. He just threw his head. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nash, come on. Get that man. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nash. Come on, Bubba. Come on, Nash. Bro, you're not going to be able to run us on the horse. You better stop. Watch it. Watch it. Get on the ground. Get on the f***ing ground. Give me Zach. I got him. I got him, Zach. You're good. I got him. I got him. Zach, let go. I got him. Give me, or here, tape. Told you were gonna outrun us, bro.
While officers get this suspect in custody, the other female suspect involved in the drug deal is still in the area.
Go to the other side of the McDonald's. He was throwing stuff on the ground. Other side. Those are good boys. Good boys. That was where it was at, right? When we came into McDonald's?
Yeah, it's on the other side. You want to stay with him? I'm going to go because I saw right where it was at.
Go, yeah, go with him.
started out over there. I saw the horses, and then came down the sidewalk here by the fence line, and then came through like where the sign is over here, and then trotted through right here, came right through here, right through, and they were like, stop, stop! And then they called it in at the McDonald's.
Do you see her throwing anything?
I just saw arms flailing. That's it.
Come on. Yeah. You got him for a minute?
I got it for now.
I'm gonna go look where he was throwing stuff. Boy, that's a good boy, Nash. Got that bad man. Good job, Bubba. Good boy. It was a good boy. Should be like right here somewhere.
Where'd he dump?
This evening, state police are still trying to piece together what happened inside the Weiss supermarket in Eaton Township early Thursday morning.
Tragedy has shaken this Wyoming County community to its core.
He left posts hinting at his plot to fewer than 200 people following him on Twitter.
Family, friends, and even strangers are paying tribute tonight to the people killed at a supermarket in Wyoming County.
While many remember the victims, police are still trying to answer the question on everyone's minds, why?
It's June 8th, 2017, in Eaton Township, Pennsylvania. And in the back room of a grocery store, 24-year-old Randy Stair is frantically typing on his phone. While anyone walking past could have easily assumed that he was just sending a text, what he was actually doing was uploading his personal journal to Twitter, a journal that Randy had spent months working on, filling page after page, ranging from his years-long battle with depression to his extreme hatred for the human existence that spanned years of his life. A journal that was no journal at all, but instead a manifesto. Once everything had been uploaded, Randy put his phone in his back pocket, went outside to his car, and grabbed a duffel bag from inside. And within the next 10 minutes, a series of events would unfold that would leave everyone in the community and surrounding area in shock. Well, everyone that is, except for Randy Stair. Randy Robert Stair was born September 17th, 1992, and if you had asked him, he probably would have said that he only ever wanted two things. The first was to be alone, and the second was to not be alone. The only source that's left to talk about Randy's childhood are the writings and videos that he left behind, and as you'll see, Randy isn't the most reliable of narrators. But it does seem clear that young Randy desperately wanted to be included by other children, but also he was painfully shy. He wrote about feeling helpless and lost whenever he was away from his parents, and that initiating any type of contact with anyone other than his parents felt like a monumental task. According to Randy, he usually only had one friend at any given time growing up, and that was if he was lucky. His brother Jeremy, who was 2 years younger, seemed to have more luck connecting with other people, and Randy often felt closer to his brother's classmates than his own, even though they obviously were more comfortable with Jeremy. In this absence of human connection, Randy threw himself into the media he consumed. He had a string of obsessions with movies and TV shows, but animation seemed to be his most intense interest. He left behind notebooks full of drawings of characters from Nickelodeon TV shows of the 2000s, like The Fairly OddParents and Danny Phantom. He even created his own original characters in the style of his favorite shows, often copying designs and slightly tweaking the color palettes to make them feel like more of his own work. It was all pretty common stuff for a nerdy, introverted boy growing up in the 2000s. But Randy would soon take it to the next level. Randy's favorite show by far was Danny Phantom. The show was created by Butch Harmon, one of Randy's favorite entertainers, and ran on Nickelodeon for 53 episodes from 2004 to 2007. If you missed it, it's a superhero show about a boy named Danny Fenton, whose parents are ghost hunting mad scientists. Danny gets caught in a ghost portal created by his parents and ends up a half ghost with superpowers and a secret identity. Randy was 11 years old when Danny Phantom premiered, and it was like the show had been made in a lab to appeal to a quiet, lonely boy who couldn't hold on to friendships. The idea of a secret parallel world full of ghosts and adventures caught a fire in his brain, but it wasn't the character of Danny that held Randy's attention. It was one of the villains. Ember McLean was a ghost rock star with an aesthetic that oozed 2000s culture. In the show, she was a figure of teenage rebellion who used her song Remember to hypnotize audiences. According to Butch Harmon, she was the ghost of an unpopular teenage girl who died in a house fire after being stood up on a date. And for young Randy, he saw parallels to himself in Ember almost immediately. Randy became utterly obsessed with Ember McLean, describing her as his first crush. He would draw her seemingly everywhere and eventually created his own original ghost characters named Mackenzie and Rachel to hang out with her. He also created an alter ego for himself, a ghost girl named Andrew Blaze, who looked exactly like a palette-swapped version of Ember. Yes, his alter ego was a girl named Andrew, which is where I want to pause this story and mention some things that I saw when researching this case. That being that Randy seemed to struggle greatly with his gender identity. In the work that he left behind, Randy said a lot of things about his sense of his own gender. He mentioned that he felt like his true inner self was female, like there was a girl inside of him clawing to get out. On Wednesday nights, when his parents and his brother would go out bowling together, Randy would stay at home and try on his mother's clothes in secret, and it didn't stop there. He wrote about wanting surgery to change his body to match who he was on the inside. He talked about shaving his body with a woman's razor when he showered. He talked about a ghost girl named Andrew Blaze, like she was the purest expression of who he really was. But at the same time, Randy insisted that he wasn't transgender. He rejected the idea of taking hormones or seeking therapy to possibly help him understand and navigate what he was feeling, often saying that therapy just wasn't for him, and that medication would turn him into someone else. He said that it was too late for him to become anyone or anything other than what people saw when they looked at him. Randy began posting to YouTube in 2005, in the early days of the site. 2005 was the age of Smosh and Lonely Girl 15. It was all about teenage vloggers, questionable comedy skits, and nerdy fan videos. Randy's earliest videos were edits of popular movies, and after multiple copyright strikes, his first channel was deactivated and more than 100 of his videos were lost. After this, he bounced around from channel to channel, trying a little bit of everything, ranging from comedy, vlogs, gaming, really anything that seemed to be popular and might get him an audience.
You know, I lived here for almost 21 years and I never once flipped this switch. So it makes me question, what does it do?
In 2008, he launched Pioneer Productions, where he began posting comedy sketches he wrote and produced himself, with occasional help from a friend named James, who made videos under the handle Freakshow180. Most of the Pioneers Productions videos were comedy sketches similar to Smosh. Randy and a few other boys also made a series of videos parodying the stunt show Jackass, their version being called Fat Ass. He also made a series of videos called You Know What Sucks, a knockoff of the You Know What's Bullshit series made by James Rolfe, otherwise known as the Angry Video Game Nerd. Randy also got to know a YouTuber named Damian Sanders Barron, who went by the handle MakeMeBad35, who had a series in which he talked to a toy wooden alligator with a pull string, imaginatively named Mr. Wooden Alligator. Randy got the idea to buy a rubber horse head from a dollar store, name it Mr. Horsehead, and make his own similar videos, eventually orchestrating a crossover with Mr. Wooden Alligator. If you know anything about YouTube culture in the late 2000s, you can see the pattern that Randy was following. He wanted fame and followers, and he was willing to chase any trend that he thought would help him achieve it. It's what a lot of YouTubers still do to this day, except now there's a lot more guessing what the algorithm might favor. But nothing seemed to work for Randy, as he remained an obscure, unmonetized YouTuber.
Are you ready for this? It's the best product ever! It will leave you stunned in a million pieces. I'm about to get hit by a car. That's how awesome it is! It's the best product ever!